welcome to my Sarasota Bradenton travel vlog. I hope you are in good spirits and find some inspiration or helpful information in this video. My husband and I have been to this area a few times but decided to document our travels this time, and we tried some new places. I also added a little information about the hotel we stayed in the night before our flight in Traverse City, Michigan. So it was just too cute of a place not to share. We really enjoyed our time there and enjoyed our time in Florida. We were so grateful to get out of the cold in Michigan for that time. So yeah, we loved it, and I hope you enjoy watching. Please let me know if you find any helpful tips, or if I could have added anything more, or if you have any questions. And thanks for watching. Also, as I'm filming this, I have this going on in my lap here too. This is Clover. We stayed at the Sugar Beach Resort Hotel in Traverse City, Michigan the night before our flight to Florida. The room was so cute. We got, I think it was a king bed, maybe a queen, but such a nice kind of beachy vibe. The bathroom was huge, another sink and like wet bar area. And we loved the little Starbucks kind of Keurig machine. There's a nice sitting area, the bed, just very spacious and cozy, very clean, super cute lighthouse. And the pool area was so nice and extremely warm. The hot tub was almost too hot, but we thoroughly enjoyed that because we had just come from having no power at our house and living in the cold for a while. We loved their breakfast situation. You actually picked what you wanted the night before, and they dropped it off at your door in the morning. And then this is the next morning, waking up on the beach. It is very cold here at this time. It was at least in the 30s, maybe 40-ish degrees, but still very beautiful even though it's so cold. This would be an awesome place to stay in the summertime. We flew into the St. Petersburg airport because there's a Allegiant flight that goes direct from Traverse City to St. Petersburg. So we opted for that flight, which was fabulous, super easy and quick. And then we did have like a 45-minute drive to Bradenton, where our family condo is. So we stopped at our favorite Florida grocery store, Publix, on the way to the condo. Got there, had a snack, and kind of unpacked a little bit before making our way to Siesta Key Oyster Bar, our favorite restaurant in Siesta Key that we know of so far. We've been there many times, and we met some family that lives in that area for dinner, so we had amazing food. We loved the oysters there. Everybody loved what they got. And it was a Sunday, so we made our way to the Siesta Key Beach. They do a sunset drum circle every Sunday night. So we kind of had just missed the sunset. The sun just went down, but there were still some people left jamming and playing drums. So we enjoyed the atmosphere and the vibes here for a while. Next morning, we made our way to downtown Sarasota. We didn't intend on going here on this day, but we were on our way to the beach, and then the weather was not looking good. So we decided to check out this bakery I wanted to go to for coffee and a pastry. It's called Of Course Bakery. It was so good. I would definitely go back there again. completely drenched. My purse got soaked. But we were dressed for the beach too. Like, I wasn't planning on wearing this to our Sarasota day. We were in our beach clothes, so and we have towels. So yeah, here we are.
The croissant didn't get wet, at least.
We then made our way to the John and Mabel Ringling Museum, which is a 66-acre estate that serves as the legacy of circus magnate John Ringling and his wife Mabel. We explored the grounds here, very beautiful, very peaceful. The weather, at least it wasn't raining anymore. It was nice and warm, a little toasty, but just right for walking around the grounds, taking in all the beauty. We also explored the Museum of Art here at the Ringling Museum. This part of the museum is free on Mondays, and we were there on a Monday, so that was perfect for us. We decided to skip the Circus Museum, which is also here on the grounds, but we'll have to check that out next time. We were quite hungry after the museum, and the weather was looking good. Now it was clearing up and getting pretty hot and sunny, so we started making our way to Siesta Key, but wanted to stop for lunch on the way, so we stopped at Marina Jack's here right downtown Sarasota, and super cool atmosphere right on the water. We saw pelicans and lots of boats. We had a refreshing mojito and delicious food here. After we went back to the condo and got cleaned up, we went to dinner somewhere right near the condo, so it was easy. It was an Asian place called Rice Bowl, which we enjoyed. After our walk, we made our way to the Moat Aquarium, but we took our time and joined the drive and stopped for lunch at Old Salty Dog. We got there right when it opened, so there was a little bit of a line, but we didn't have to wait long and were able to get seats at the bar. We loved walking around the aquarium and seeing all the sea life. I am obsessed with everything in the ocean. I love snorkeling, so we really loved getting to see all the fish and sea creatures and animals. On our way back to the condo, we stopped at St. Armand's Circle. I was really craving a sweet treat, so we found this gelato place called Satimi's. And then I also kind of wanted a smoothie, so I got a little bit of both. I got some chocolate peanut butter gelato and a green smoothie. The smoothie actually wasn't that good, but that's okay. I enjoyed the gelato, and we went back to the condo and just had leftovers for dinner that night. The next day, I didn't even start filming until later in the afternoon when we went to the pool at the condo, because most of the day we actually were with a realtor touring Lakewood Ranch and went to lunch with our realtor at Good Liquids in Waterside of Lakewood Ranch. Then later on, we went back to Waterside and Lakewood Ranch for dinner and to check out their Ranch Night Wednesdays with live music, food trucks, cornhole tournament, lots of things going on here. We got a margarita at one of the little stands outside and just walked around taking in all the vibes, the atmosphere, the food, the cornhole, just watching everything and kind of decided where we wanted to eat. We chose Agave Bandito, a Mexican restaurant, which was phenomenal. I love Mexican food, so this was probably one of my favorite meals of our whole trip. Brett got the nachos, and we of course had chips and salsa and some guacamole, and I got the chicken tacos with corn tortillas. The restaurant was super cool. I loved the chandeliers and the artwork and the decor, the colors. It was very cool. The next day, we went to downtown Bradenton. There was this cafe I wanted to check out called Orange Blossom Coffee. I got an iced matcha latte. Brett got a smoothie and a cheese blueberry Danish. We took our drinks and made our way to the Bradenton Riverwalk and had a nice, lovely stroll here on this beautiful morning. Sunshine. It was probably 70, 75 degrees, so just perfect. Then we got back in the car and drove to Anna Maria Island Beach. So we wanted to have one more beach day while we were here. It did take some effort with the traffic to get here, and with the parking was definitely a struggle, but it was totally worth it. I don't remember the name of the place we ate lunch, but it was just a little walk from where our beach setup was, and it was a quick service place. The food was actually really good. I got the grilled chicken sandwich, Brett got a burger, and we shared some curly fries and a Coke. weather was so good, we continued to sit outside once we got back to the condo, hung out by the pool, and then went to dinner at Wheat and Water, which was an Italian restaurant right near the condo. I did not get any footage of that, but it was delicious. The next day, we stayed very close to the condo and had breakfast for lunch at the Breakfast Company, one of our favorite places in Bradenton. Great service and food, always so good here, and very affordable too. We did a little shopping after that and went back to the condo and packed, and then went to Speak's Clam Bar for dinner. This was a new place we had not been to before, but it was very highly recommended by many people. And I mean, everything was so good here. The service, the food, some of the best oysters and shrimp cocktail we've ever had. I got the crab stuffed shrimp with a sweet potato and asparagus, and Brett got the chicken marsala. And as I was going to the bathroom, I stumbled upon like this pasta making station. So they make their own pasta homemade, and it's just a very, very good place. And our last final full day in Florida, we got up bright and early and drove to Busch Gardens in Tampa. That was about a 45-minute drive. I did buy the skip the line pass for the rides, but unfortunately, Cheetah Run, one of our favorites, and some of the other rides were closed this day, so we actually didn't end up riding that many rides because we're also kind of scared of some of the roller coasters, so we mostly walked around, looked at the animals. We did ride Montu, our favorite roller coaster, like 3 times, and we tried one of the new roller coasters called Phoenix Rising, which was super fun, very quick but awesome. And we had reserved ahead of time the Serengeti Safari ride. So this was us on the safari truck with a group of people getting a closer look at some of the animals. As part of the safari tour, you get to stop and feed the giraffes.
We're gonna feed it up. But Titi is our oldest. She's 23 years old, so she's a little bit slow. Okay.
Oh. After our safari ride, we fed ourselves at Dragonfire Restaurant, which is like a cafeteria style place, so super quick service. We just grabbed what we were in the mood for and ate a quick lunch, and then decided to go on the bumper cars, which was a fun time. I haven't done that in years, so we enjoyed a little bumper card action. I was in the mood for a sweet treat as usual, so we tried to find a root beer float and the machine was broken, so we decided to go for some ice cream with a waffle cone. We wrapped up our day here with the ice show, The Rhythm of Nature, which was awesome. We drove back to St. Petersburg since our flight was super early the next morning, and we stayed at the Sleep Inn hotel right next to the airport. You could see planes coming in and out, so we just ordered pizza and chilled at the pool and hot tub and called it an early night, and sadly had to head back to Michigan early the next morning, but we loved our Florida trip and hope you enjoyed watching.